Hello, my name is Dumpster, and welcome to the dump. Crikey, his wife locked his drunk ass out.
You made a direwolf.
Our incredible team made 3 direwolves so far.
Let's see the photos. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself, because this is truly crazy.
Yeah.
That's the pop.
Yeah, so that's actually Romulus. So we have 2 boys, Romulus and Remus, founders from, and then we have Khaleesi, who's the new girl.
Let's see the photo of the actual grown ones, because they're nuts. Look at that face. God, they're so beautiful.
Oh, they just get like, as they've aged, they've just got more and more beautiful.
Is this a full grown one?
No, they're still 5 months old, so they're 80 pounds at 5 months. So wolves typically grow 12 to 14 months, so they're not full grown yet.
Wow, and how big is it already?
80 pounds.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
Tonight, a howl 13,000 years in the making. In a first for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life, a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Well known from HBO's hit show Game of Thrones, ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas, where scientists are using genes from gray wolves to create dire wolves.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, 7 months old, dire wolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day. And David, the company tells us they're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the earth again by 2028. But critics argue that this de-extinction could harm fragile ecosystems. David?
Yeah, the images are really something, Matt. Thank you.
Real life Jurassic Park.
A security camera covers a suburban driveway.
It seems like a calm, normal night in this Texas suburb, until suddenly these 2 very strange creatures appear.
They are really bizarre. They appear to be about 2 feet tall, crouched over like demonic gremlins.
The intruders stalk the driveway with an unknown purpose. The more I watch this, the creepier it gets.
What are these highly unusual creatures, and where did they come from?
And then, one of them shoots something.
Whoa! I did not expect it to do that.
That's crazy.
What is that strange light being shot into the sky?
They got lost, so they shoot a rescue flare.
All right, I want to keep talking about this freaky conspiracy that I think I'm on. Not just me, tons of people are hip to this conspiracy. But you know how we don't really know how they built the pyramids? How the did they build this building? The Washington Monument. Because this thing's 555 feet tall, made up of 36,000 stones. Each one of these stones is perfectly carved and weighs more than my car. 2.5 tons each on average, these stones. Right? And they did all of this before power tools, when the horse and buggy is how everyone got around. They only had human-powered cranes and pulleys and animals to do stuff with. Steam engine cranes were invented halfway through the production of the Washington Monument. And so I'm like, what the why is the tallest obelisk in the world in Washington, D.C.? And if you've seen my channel before, you know that I think that they're way older. They're not built when they say they're built. They're not built by who they say they're built by. I think we are squatting. I think we are a nation of squatters. And I think we as the human race are internationally squatting. I think all of these ancient stone buildings defy our explanations because they didn't have the technology that we have now, and it would be preposterous for us to even build these structures now. It's really hard to work with stone, guys. Like, even with your diamond tip drill bits, diamond saws, it's not easy to carve up granite and stack it hundreds of feet in the air. That's hard to do now. Like, we'd struggle to do it now. How did they do it in the 1840s? And I think history is just a set of lies agreed upon. I think our history books are cooked. I think they tell us cute stories about our origins. And I think the real history must be so gnarly for them to lie this extensively. But just real quick, they have everything to gain, right? Because they own all the stone buildings that they didn't build, mind you. They founded them, founders, keepers, and they rule from their king on the hill, right? They're in the stone house. I'm not. And all of their legitimacy is tied to this ridiculous narrative that they built these very impressive buildings, which I don't think they did. I think they founded them. What do you guys think? Is that crazy?
History repeats itself. Everything is founded.
What the is going on here? When has anybody ever seen 4 planes side by side racing each other? Come on, people, for sake. Seriously. I know exactly what they're up to. That ain't normal. It's geoengineering. Look at this. That is not legal airspace. For sake. Hell. People, I'm gonna bomb the Nah. You can't just look upon that and go, yeah, that's perfectly normal. That is up. Come on, for sake. What are they doing? We know what they're doing. What? What's the sun? I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Haha, he is not angry, just disappointed.
Come on, Cloud, show yourself. You can't hide anymore. We done seen you up there. Just to be patient, I suppose. Not one of my strong suits. Look, I see it. Right through the branches up there, guys. You see that? Forming right in front of your eyes? Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that is not weird. And you've been standing here just as long as I have. Now there's the cloud I've been talking about. And it appears to be moving. Now come on, guys, you can't admit that is not normal. That is creepy. This cloud came out of nowhere. Just a normal cloud in the sky? No. Let's watch this thing for a minute here, guys. This is weird.
Connection to the cloud has been lost.
Now let's take a look at the crater for a second. This is what we're seeing in Philly. This is what a Russian missile crater looks like. Still in concrete, similar situation. Now this is what a JF-104A plane crater looks like. NASA uses them for test flights. Significantly bigger. As we can see in the Philly picture, there seems to be an officer standing about 12 to 13 feet away. So we can gauge that crater's probably about 6 feet wide, give or take. Very similar to this one in Russia from a missile impact. It looks nothing like the actual plane crash crater, given yes, that one was in the desert, but still, 500-mile-an-hour nosedive, concrete's not really going to do much against a plane, especially being that much bigger than a missile. I don't know. You tell me.
We could be in a secret war.
Up in South Carolina?
No.
Does anybody know if Brandon or Corey are out there?
Did you see that?
Yeah. Bro. Come on, Max. You see that? They found it. Look at that. Look at that.
What the? Some factories in China now operate in almost complete darkness. This is a dark factory, a fully automated manufacturing facility where AI-powered robots work with little to no lights. This particular one is Xiaomi's factory in Changping, which produces one smartphone every second. The facility spans 81,000 square meters and can manufacture 10 million devices annually. From raw materials to final assembly, everything is handled by machines communicating in real time, self-adjusting while AI systems monitor for potential issues before they happen. These factories are able to operate in complete darkness thanks to technology like LiDAR and machine vision systems that allow robots to see and function precisely without bright lighting that would otherwise be required for a factory full of people. This represents the inevitable future of global manufacturing as AI adoption ramps up. A World Economic Forum study found that in manufacturing, almost half of all work hours are currently spent on manual tasks, with 35 to 50% of these jobs having high automation potential by 2035, as industrial robot costs are projected to fall by 65%.
Bruh. Elon said to me once, this scared me. He said, "You know, Ari, your relationship with your dogs," and I have 4 dogs. He goes, "Yeah. Think about it the following way. You're the dog to the AI. You know, I don't want to be a dog." And
you'll never be a dog.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you start thinking about the speed at which this is going. Now, there's a lot of actual physical energy that is required. I understand the economic impact. We talked about what happens to kids. What is society going to be like in that world where there's no purpose? Because it's all over there. You know, I love getting up in the morning, thinking about what to do and the interaction. I don't want to not have that. And it could be
that we're just passive, kind of.
With a dog.
Yeah, with a dog. With a dog, right.
Do not worry. We will still play fetch with you, doggy.
Have you guys seen the Doomsday map?
Uh-oh.
Basically, like, if there's a giant event that happens on Earth and parts of the world floods and, like, all that sea levels rise, they came out with a map that looks like this.
Oh, yeah, wow.
This is America. They do like the whole world. This lady on TikTok, she compared what this map looked like, the land that Bill Gates has been buying. She took the map of the farmland and overlaid it onto this Doomsday map. Every single dry land piece was occupied by his farmland.
Yeah.
For instance, so California is basically completely underwater.
Yeah.
But there's these little pockets of islands. See those?
Yeah.
That little one right there, that's one of his farmland.
Louisiana, Georgia.
That all correlates with like these high points in America.
Yeah.
And around the world. It's super creepy.
So we need to get a boat.
According to this map, we're good. We're gonna almost have beachfront property, baby. It's perfect.
Mr. Gates has a window in every house.
So Jeff Bezos is literally waiting to open the spaceship for Katy Perry with a tool. Then the door opens and they run over and tell him to close it. And then, obviously, a few minutes later, Jeff Bezos goes over with that handy tool and opens the door. And they all are like, "Way! Whoa!" They messed up live on TV, but I've got more evidence of this fakery. Check this out.
So this is Hive moderation. It detects AI and deepfake imagery and videos. I was convinced that this Blue Origin video was fake, so I put it through Hive moderation. And look what we get, 82%. Wow.
So obviously straight away there was 2 pretty good evidences of a bit of fakery. But what about the badge? When you flip this badge, it looks like this in the corner. And then you think about how many people went. There were 6 of them, and look at their arm positions at the back right there. What are they doing right there that resembles this photo in the corner? And what does this logo look like when it's inverted? Obviously, this were all for entertainment, and I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
It's giving Astro, not.
Me. Get close to me. Open the seat.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I made a big one. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can be in water.
You have powers, my friend. Thanks for watching Dumb Dumb Dumb.